Stop everything! What you're about to hear will absolutely destroy everything you thought you knew about influencer culture. Did you know that Brittany Renner, yes, that Brittany Renner with 4 million Instagram followers, just did something so shocking that the internet literally exploded for weeks? You won't believe what this Basketball Wives star revealed that made her lose followers, gain enemies, but find something so powerful it changed her entire life. We're talking about a woman who was famous for her dating life, her controversies, her wild lifestyle, and then she did the unthinkable. She walked away from everything that made her famous. But here's the twist that will blow your mind. What she found was worth more than all 4 million followers combined. Are you ready for this? But wait, this story is way crazier than you think. What if I told you that for 6 entire years, Brittany Renner was hiding something from all her followers? While everyone saw the parties, the drama, the controversies, she was secretly carrying something in her heart that she couldn't explain. Allah had put Islam on her heart 5 or 6 years ago, but she admits she wasn't ready. Can you imagine? For half a decade, she felt this pull, this calling, this unexplainable attraction to Islam while living a completely opposite lifestyle. The internal struggle must have been insane. Every Muslim she met was peaceful. Every greeting felt special. Every interaction with Islamic culture made her feel something she couldn't put into words. But what was stopping her from taking that step for so many years? Hold on to your seats because this next part is absolutely wild. In August 2024, while everyone was expecting another typical Brittany Renner controversy, she did something that nobody saw coming. She formally embraced Islam, and the transformation was so dramatic that people thought she was pranking them. But this wasn't a joke. This wasn't for clout. This wasn't a publicity stunt. The woman who was known for everything opposite to modesty suddenly appeared in a hijab on Instagram. The comment section went nuclear. Her 4 million followers were in complete shock. Some celebrated, some criticized, some thought she'd lost her mind. But what happened next proved this was the realest thing she'd ever done. Are you ready for the most shocking statistics you'll hear today? Listen to this and try not to freak out. After converting to Islam, Brittany Renner revealed numbers that made the entire internet stop scrolling. She hadn't had a drink in 6 months. She'd been abstinent for 8 months. She changed her phone number 4 months ago. These weren't just random lifestyle changes. This was a complete spiritual revolution happening in real time. The woman who was famous for her dating life was now celebrating celibacy. The party girl was now sober. The controversy queen was now seeking peace. And here's what made everyone's jaw drop. She was smiling, calling herself free, saying this was the most beautiful purification process of her life. But wait, there's more to this story that will make your head spin. Just when you thought this conversion couldn't get more dramatic, enter Kevin Gates. Yes, the rapper Kevin Gates, who's also Muslim. Their relationship became part of the biggest Islamic love story on social media. People were obsessed with watching 2 high-profile personalities navigate faith together. She called him her husband. He supported her journey. They became the power couple that nobody predicted, but everyone was watching. The way they discussed Islam, practiced together, and supported each other's spiritual growth became relationship goals for millions. But how did this relationship impact her conversion journey and her relationship with her 4 million followers? Now this is where the story gets intense. The backlash Brittany Renner faced was brutal and unforgiving. Critics came from every direction. Some Muslims questioned her sincerity. Some fans said she converted for a man. Haters predicted she'd quit in weeks. The media wrote think pieces questioning her motives. Every single thing she posted was analyzed, criticized, and debated across every platform. People were waiting for her to fail. They were watching for any slip-up. The pressure was immense. But here's what nobody expected. Instead of cracking under pressure, she got stronger. Her response to critics was so powerful, it silenced even her harshest skeptics. What did she say that changed the entire conversation? Listen to this will give you actual chills. The woman who built her entire brand on revealing content and controversial posts suddenly found freedom in covering up. She described wearing hijab as liberating. She talked about modesty as empowering. The transformation was so genuine that even skeptics started believing her. She explained that for years, she felt like she had to use her body for attention, validation, and success. But Islam taught her that her value wasn't in how she looked, but in who she was. The hijab wasn't restricting her, it was protecting her. The modest lifestyle wasn't limiting her, it was freeing her. This perspective shift was so profound that thousands of women, Muslim and non-Muslim, said her story inspired them. 6 months without alcohol. Do you understand how massive that is for someone in entertainment? 8 months without sex. Do you realize how revolutionary that statement was for an influencer? Brittany Renner's sobriety and abstinence journey became one of the most talked about transformations in social media history. She wasn't just sober, she was happy about it. She wasn't just abstinent, she was celebrating it. She described the purification process as beautiful. The woman who had millions watching her controversial lifestyle now had millions watching her spiritual discipline. Her transparency about the challenges, the temptations, and the rewards of staying committed to Islamic principles made her story relatable and inspiring in ways her previous content never was. Here's where Brittany Renner said something that made everyone stop and think. She stated boldly, "Islam has made my life better in every single category." Not some categories, not most categories, every single category. Think about what that means. Her relationships improved. Her mental health improved. Her purpose became clearer. Her peace increased. Her happiness deepened. Her self-respect grew. Her connections became more meaningful. Her lifestyle became more balanced. She went from chasing validation to finding real contentment. The transformation was so complete and so positive that even people who came to criticize ended up asking questions about Islam. What specific changes did she notice that made such a dramatic difference? Basketball wives gave viewers drama, but Brittany Renner's conversion gave them something real. The contrast between her reality TV persona and her new Muslim identity created the most fascinating transformation arc in reality television history. Viewers who knew her for controversy now watched her pursue spirituality. Fans who followed her for drama now saw her seek peace. The woman who was famous for conflict was now promoting compassion. This wasn't scripted drama. This was authentic growth happening on camera. Her willingness to let people see the messy process of spiritual transformation, the doubts, the struggles, the backsliding, the victories, made her more relatable than any reality show ever could. How did her reality TV experience prepare her for the public scrutiny of her conversion? The response from the Muslim community to Brittany Renner's conversion was fascinating and complex. The Muslim sisters celebrated her, sending messages of love and support. Others were skeptical, questioning if she truly understood Islam's requirements. Some offered to teach her, others criticized her hijab style. Islamic scholars had different opinions about her public conversion. The diversity of responses showed the reality of Muslim communities. They're not monolithic. Everyone had an opinion and Brittany heard all of them. But here's what was beautiful. Many Muslims recognize that every convert's journey is different, and judgment should be left to Allah. The outpouring of sisterhood, advice, and genuine care from Muslim women worldwide was overwhelming and heartwarming. Can we talk about how radical this detail is? Brittany Renner changed her phone number 4 months into her Islamic journey. Do you understand what that means? She cut off her entire previous social circle. Everyone who had her number, gone. All those connections to her old life, disconnected. The parties, the industry people, the enablers, all removed. This wasn't a small lifestyle adjustment. This was a complete identity shift. Changing your number is saying, I'm not the same person anymore. It's declaring, my old life can't reach me. It's choosing spiritual growth over social convenience. How many people would have the courage to cut off their entire network for their faith? Brittany Renner's Instagram feed became a before and after case study in spiritual transformation. Her old content revealing outfits, party scenes, controversial captions. Her new content, modest fashion, spiritual reflections, Islamic inspiration. The contrast was stunning. But here's what made it powerful. She didn't delete her old posts. She left them up as a testimony of her journey. Followers could literally scroll through her feed and see the evolution from worldly to spiritual. Her transparency about her past while embracing her present made her conversion story more authentic, not less. How did this honesty impact her influence and her ability to inspire others?
Youth.
When Brittany Renner smiled from cheek to cheek describing herself as free, it was the most genuine moment of her entire career. She'd had millions of followers before Islam, but she'd never had this kind of happiness. She'd had fame, money, and attention, but she'd never had this kind of peace. The freedom she found in submission to Allah was the ultimate paradox that her followers couldn't understand until they saw it. Her joy was so obvious, so real, so infectious that even critics had to admit, whatever she found was working. The transformation from seeking validation to finding self-worth, from chasing attention to pursuing purpose, from feeling empty to feeling fulfilled was visible to everyone watching. Today, Brittany Renner's conversion story stands as one of the most impactful Islamic journeys in social media history. A woman with 4 million followers using her platform to show the world that Islam offers something more valuable than fame. Her story proves that no past is too controversial, no lifestyle is too far gone, and no person is beyond Allah's guidance. She demonstrated that conversion isn't about perfection, it's about direction. Her willingness to be vulnerable about her struggles, honest about her past, and authentic about her transformation made Islam accessible to millions who never considered it before. Through her journey, countless people learned that the path to Allah is always open, regardless of where you're coming from. The Instagram influencer who thought her power was in her 4 million followers discovered her real influence was in her journey to Islam. Brittany Renner's transformation from controversial content creator to committed Muslim proves that authentic spiritual awakening resonates more powerfully than any carefully crafted social media strategy. Her story shows that the most meaningful content comes from genuine life change, not manufactured personas. She found that being an ambassador for faith was more fulfilling than being famous for controversy. Her legacy teaches us that sometimes the greatest influence we can have is simply living authentically, sharing vulnerably, and allowing others to witness our transformation from seeking worldly validation to finding divine purpose under Allah's guidance. The influencer who influenced millions finally found what was truly influential: Islam.